For more, let's bring in Army Ranger, sniper, and Special Forces operator, also co-founder of Save Our Allies, Tim Kennedy. Tim, you were in the room. Were you in the confirmation hearing? What was the mood and the vibe among all those there to support Pete today?
Well, I don't think you understand the implications of that sentence. When you said all of those there were maybe 30, 40 Navy SEALs, Green Berets, there were women combat veterans. The entire audience was packed with veterans and active duty service members all there to support the future Secretary of Defense. I mean, it was like there are so many barrel-chested freedom fighters in there. There's no room to move. We are all sitting like this, but the mood was so contagiously positive because he represents the everyday soldier, airman, Navy, like he kept on talking about the dust on his boots because the rank and file, if you walk down to the platoon level and you talk about Pete Hegseth, everybody knows that that is the guy that's going to fight for them.
Tim, talk about the trust that's needed. You have got to trust your platoon leader. You've got to trust your company commander. You've got to trust the man all the way up to the top, to the CIC, the commander-in-chief. You're in that room with all those warriors, all those families. How important is that trust through building and rebuilding our military legacy?
I mean, in that room, we were joking that there might be more combat experience in the audience than almost any other room in history. You couldn't move an inch without hitting another Navy SEAL or Green Beret. When you talk about trust is proven through competency and a demonstration that you've met the standard. When you walk into a room, whether it's a Special Forces team room as a Green Beret, you know everybody there passed selection, went through the Q course, they've gone through all the arduous moments, and now through that hardship, you have had the opportunity to build and earn trust with your fellow teammates. Pete clearly has done that, and he appreciates the significance of having standards, high standards, that aren't going to be bent, that aren't going to be hidden to meet a quota. He cares about lethality, and he cares about deterrence, and he cares about a strong military. And that was very, very evident to every single person that listened to him speak today.
The warrior ethos. I think you mentioned it over and over and over again. And Tim, I keep this on my desk because unless you know, you have no idea about the depth of kind of the woke culture that has permeated much of our military leadership. There is the U.S. Army had to reveal, this was, I think, because of a FOIA request a few years ago, some modules based on their transgender policy. And there were vignettes that they gave people in leadership to tell them how to have conversations with people. And one was how to have a conversation with a serviceman who, quote, wants to discuss his newly confirmed pregnancy. Is that warrior ethos? No. No, it's, we've been on a dangerous direction. The purpose of the military is to win wars and to deter future wars by all of our adversaries looking to us and being like, man, we don't want to mess with those guys. And for that to be possible, there has to be this camaraderie, there has to be capability, there has to be, obviously, every single one of the soldiers trained and equipped individually to shoot, move, communicate, and medicate, and given the proper weapons and equipment to do their jobs. But this warrior ethos, it has been eroded time and time again over the past few years. And the recruiting numbers are a representation of that, where people are like, man, I don't know if they should be serving. The vast majority of people wearing uniform come from military families. Now you have military families looking at a military and be like, I'm not sure I want my children to go in here. It's time to bring pride back to the military and strength and unity and teamwork and lethality. Yep, that Pete Hegseth is a one-man recruiting poster. A moving, talking one. Tim Kennedy, great to see you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Tim.
Thank you.
Coming up,